Welcome back, and I hope that you enjoyed the talk we had with Mr. William Irvin of the Baker High Band. But now I have with me next on the show is a gentleman that I've grown to love as a brother. He's been a good friend of Baker, him and his wife. They are part of everything that is positive that's going on in our city right now. And I want to introduce him to you guys. This is Mr. Gerald Collins.
How you doing?
All right. And nice to have you on the show, Gerald.
Thank you for having me.
And I just want to tell you a little story about Gerald Collins. Gerald is right now, he's the chairman of the City of Baker Recreation Committee, COBRA, City of Baker Recreation Association, which is COBRA. But Gerald, we started before I became the mayor. Years ago, Gerald came to me and we were talking about keeping our athletes in Baker, and we wanted to make sure that when our athletes played in other leagues, that they came back and they went to school to Baker, and we grew them up here in Baker. So we decided that we could start a league of our own, the Baker Athletic Association. Bassett, which was Gerald's deal, and he had all the mission statement and everything for it, and we took it to Breck, and we were going to sit down and do a CEA with them so we could have an agreement with them, what we wanted for our kids in Baker, and all this good stuff. Not knowing that we were going to become the mayor, not knowing that I was going to become the mayor, we went back to Breck with the CEA, and now we have a CEA with Breck, with COBRA, with City of Baker Recreation Administration, where we get an opportunity to sit at the table and we can talk about what is programmed for our kids in the fields, on the baseball fields, and at the gym, all our facilities here. And that's a great feat for us to be able to do that, because each community is different. We know what our community needed, and so now we're able to do that, and Gerald is heading that up. And I want him really to just tell us a little bit about BASA and what that was all about, and what made you do it, and what's going on with the with Baker Community Recreation Administration.
Okay. Basically, Baker Area Sports Association was a coming together of the youth sports organizations that were already actively participating in sports in the Baker area.
Right.
What we decided was to come together to combine our resources so that we would not be working against each other, and that we could formulate a group where we would have more strength and more power in saying what would actually take place in the Baker area.
Right.
And as you said, at that time you were the assistant administrator, I think, for the mayor, and we came to you and you thought it was a great idea, and we moved forward. We got the CEA was actually in place for BASA with Breck, and we operated under that for, I think, 2 years.
2 years.
2 years we operated under that CEA, and once you became the mayor, we saw an opportunity to expand.
That's right.
And make the city the sponsor for the youth sports in the Baker area.
Right.
So at that point, we formulated the City of Baker Recreation Administration, and we have a new CEA, which gives us a little bit more autonomy to what activities will actually take place in the City of Baker, at the gyms, at the parks. It just gives us an opportunity to be proactive instead of reactive, because we are, as you say, in the community, and we're not being directed what activities we'll have. We are actually being more involved in the activities that take place.
That's right. That's right. So I know that right now we're in basketball season.
Right now.
And right now we're in basketball season. So what's going on with that? I see that I've been out there a couple of times. We got families all over the place. What was your idea? What was your philosophy behind that?
Well, the basketball league was basically what you said earlier, an opportunity for us to take the kids that are in Baker and allow them to play ball closer to their home, so that their parents, like you said, grandparents, you could fill the gym.
Right.
Instead of having kids travel all over Baton Rouge to play ball. And actually we have teams from other areas who saw what we're doing, and they thought it was a great idea, and they came, and now we have teams from far away as St. Gabriel, teams for our Gardea area. They come and they participate in a family-friendly environment.
Right.
We want to have good competition, but we want to make it fun for the kids.
Right.
One of our mottos is we keep the fundamentals in the game.
Right.
And the first part of that fundamentals is fun.
That's right.
So we want to make sure that the kids are having fun,
That's
that
right.
the families are having fun. That makes them want to come back and play and participate more in activities.
That's right. Now, I know that you and your wife, y'all flooded.
Yeah, we did.
And you traveling back and forth almost every other day to make this work. And he's volunteering. He's not getting paid anything. What drives you to do this for your city? What is it? What fires you up to do this for your city and the kids of this city?
Well, I know from my experience as a kid what it meant to me to have adults who would take the time out to sow into your life, to put positive things in place, and the effect that it had on me. So I was this basically is a way of us giving back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like moving forward, Baker forward. You're giving it forward.
Right.
We're passing on what was given to us, the opportunities, to the next generation, and hopefully they'll take it from where we placed it at, and they can advance it even further.
Right.
So maybe in the, like you said, in the future, Baker League will be, one of the biggest things in Baton Rouge.
That's right. That's right. Now, Gerald has been instrumental on the baseball complex, and everybody who's been close to me know that Darnell Waits is about his business when it comes to this baseball complex. And Gerald phased this thing out. We got the design. He sent us a phase. We got the phase 1. Tell us your feeling on that real quick, and when you think we can take that to in the next 5 years.
Well, I mean, the baseball park is going to be a great thing for the city of Baker. Baseball has always been a big thing in Baker.
Right.
One of our hopes with advancing and updating the park is that we can bring all of the leagues in Baker together. We can put them at one site. And actually with the upgrade, with the phase 1, what we'll be actually doing is taking a footprint that already exists at the Baker Breck Park, which is on Jefferson Street, and we'll just be making improvements to each field, to the concession area, to the parking area.
That's right.
We'll be bringing them up to the standards that they have at Oak Villa, at Central Sportsplex, so that we have a top-notch, tournament-ready baseball facility in the city of Baker where our kids can go, they can train, they can play right at home.
That's right.
At home. They won't have to travel.
That's right. Now, you heard it here and you heard it first, Baker. This is some of the things that we're doing, real stuff. We're sowing into our kids, and that's our future for us. So thank you, Gerald, for being here, and let's pay a couple of bills. We'll be back in a moment.